belated Happy New Year. It's been a while, and I feel it's fitting for me to reintroduce myself. I'm Michelle, and I have a passion for helping women to realize their beauty from the inside out. Here, I hope to encourage and inspire you and elevate your self-confidence. Faithful is the word that God has given me to share with my Fruit of Her Hand fellowship community this year. God is faithful unto us. He is true to His promises, and He keeps His word. Faithfulness is an essential attribute of God, and it is actually the foundation of our faith in Him. Like you, I started off this year, ended last year, with great considerations of how I would start this year, and I set some goals. Well, as I ended last year, unfortunately, my husband was in a pretty severe accident, but I am so grateful to say that he was not injured, but his car was totaled. So we started off this year with the ridiculous task of seeking for a new car and managing life with just one car. After a couple of weeks, we were able to find a car and secure it for him, about 100 miles away from our home. You know how inconvenient that can be. And all the while, I was working on a project because around mid-December, I started a task that I was called to from the Lord, and that was to put together a workshop for the Mompreneur. It was a weekend workshop in which my team and I diligently planned, prepared, and prayed for the women that would attend. I'm glad to say that it turned out to be a wonderful event, but I had not done that in some time. As a matter of fact, it's been a few years since I put on any type of event, and the task was daunting, to say the least, all the way to the last moment. But again, it was truly a blessing to all who came. As we know, when things are good, there are always other things that are going on. And I returned home from such a wonderful weekend to a leak in our home and our main water line. Well, we didn't sustain any water damage, but we were without water for about 36 hours. We didn't want to leave home, so we made do with 2.5 gallons of water containers in our bathroom and in our kitchen, so that we could have running water, as I said, in all the bathrooms, and that worked out well. But we did have a major repair. They drilled into the concrete of our lower level, and it was very, very costly. So to say the least, I have been pressing through. This month has been full of trials and tests, but I have seen the goodness and the grace of the Lord in the midst. That's just like a new year, right? You set the goals, and there are many obstacles to go around and through and over and above. I am actually glad to see January end, and I am going to continue to move forward with the goals and the plans that I have had. Along the way through this month, though, I have learned that I have got to walk by faith. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing with this acronym of WALK. W, wait on the Lord. Be anxious for nothing. Nothing that I went through this month happened as I would have anticipated it to happen. I did need to wait on the Lord. I needed to be patient and to seek his face. A, act when God moves you and not before. In looking for the car, of course, we found some things that we thought were going to be what my husband wanted, but we needed to be patient and act as God would have for us to act. Move when he told us to move. L, listen. Listen to the Holy Spirit to lead, guide, affirm, and confirm what God would have for us to do. Not only are we to listen to the Holy Spirit, but we also learned in our process that we have to listen to those who God sends to us in the midst. And last but not least, K, keep your eyes on the Lord. That's what faithfulness is about. Truly, through it all, we had to keep our eyes on the Lord because the end was his. Not in our time, but his time. Not our way, but his way. I am not willing to give up my goals just yet. And I want to encourage you, if you had a month like I had, stay the course. Walk by faith. Wait, act, listen, and keep your eyes on him. I hope this has encouraged you in some way. If so, subscribe, because it is my goal to continue to encourage and inspire you along your way.